Hi guys, my name is Matt. Welcome to the All Recovery 12 o'clock Friday at New Beginnings Peer Recovery Center. We typically do a check-in. I'll see how everybody's doing, where they're at with their recovery. I believe last week we have the Narcan guy. Yeah. So what I've been trying to do is bring people in, mix it up, do something different, So we were blessed to have Duran to come in, share his story. I believe are you sharing too, sir?
Yeah, oh my, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they'll let their story loose, and hopefully you guys get something out of it. And the only thing I ask, as I always say, respect our guests. No talking. Just be respectful. That's all. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone good?
Yeah.
All right. So this is Duran. He's gonna let her rip.
How you doing today? My name is Jose Duran. I'm a recovering drug addict. Drug of choice, cocaine, heroin, marijuana, undercover heroin addict. The reason why I say that is because, I wasn't like really out there. I was like, no one really knew I did heroin unless I really trusted you and I did it with you. I'm from Lawrence, Massachusetts, of course. Ex-drug dealer, ex-drug addict. I served 5 years in state prison. I was serving a 22-year sentence in federal prison. I won 2 appeals. The first appeal I got reduced 3 years off. Second appeal, they reduced 7.5 years off my sentence, leaving me with 12. I got out in about 10 years. I did 6 months in the farm, 10.5 I served total, 15 years and 6 months in prison. Waste of life. That's what I did. I grew up on Park Street. The stolen cars, the drug dealing, the drug using, the criminal activity. I did it all, been there, done that. Today, I've learned my lesson. I am grateful. I feel blessed. I am blessed because my release date was February 26, 2024.
Ooh.
I am out today, 2016. I got out 2013. I waste no time with educating myself. I look to help my peers. A lot of you guys know I do stuff for the homeless. I work on helping addicts get into detox programs. I've only got 2 in, and they're already back out on drug use. You guys know the routine. It happens. Just gotta keep trying. I've been in high schools. I've been in Boston College. I've been in Daniel Webster College. I've done. I've shared in these schools. I've been in the Lawrence Key, the DYS in Lawrence. I've shared in different teen programs, the Boys and Girls Club. I look to give back to my community because I've taken a lot in the past. I've done a lot of harm. Now it's all about, I live a positive lifestyle. I work to, help out and give back in any way I can. A lot of people call me and say, hey, I have a bag of clothes, I have no use for it. I take it. Sometimes I even wash it, and I go to the homeless and I've given them out. I've even dropped off bags here. My drug use, my addiction to the money, my addiction to just that lifestyle, what a waste of time, Many birthdays, many holidays away from my family, due to my selfishness because of, the lifestyle that I thought was it, I'm fine just as is today. I work for $10 an hour, minimum wage. I am a happy camper, My family, I'm content with the lifestyle that I live today. I want no more other than what I work for, And I'm happy with my family. I have a loving girlfriend, and this thing they call drug out there, that's heroin, opiate. It's a serious issue today, and if you're on it, if you're looking for help, and I can help out. I can make some phone calls. I look to help out. I love to help. It feels good. It keeps me in recovery when I help. So when I say that it makes me feel good, it helps me in recovery, it's just like, you know, that's my rush. That's what I live for, you know. And people is like, it's hard, and I know it's hard because I try to help 2 people out, and they're right back on drugs, and I see them out there, and I want to stop and help them out again, but it's like the same routine. They have to want it. I want them to come to me, you know. But what are the chances of that? You know, once you're in the drug addiction, I have a brother who is addicted to crack and heroin, you know. And it's hard. It's hard on my family. I hate to look at my mom and see her go through the pain that she has to go through and tell her, Mom, it's gonna be okay someday. He's gonna give up. When he's in jail, I hate to hear my mom say, it's okay now. Because he's not risking his life at ODing. We know he's okay. You go visit him, he gained 20 pounds in a week. You know what I mean? Like, that's sad that's what has to be, that has to occur in order to see my mom happy, to see my brother in jail. You know what I mean? I pray that he gets his act together as I did, you know, and realizes that he's not only hurting himself, he's hurting the family, he's hurting me, he's hurting his nieces and nephews, he's hurting his kids. You know, these are the people that you hurt when you're in addiction, active addiction, you know, and the help is out there, you know. So I'm gonna make this short today because I had a friend who came through. His name is David Ortiz. He's himself a recovering drug addict, and he was looking. I asked if he can share today, and I'm gonna let him come up and share a little.
All right, thanks, man. That was good.
My name is David. I was born and raised in this city. I came here because Duran's a good friend of mine. He asked me if I would support him. I said I would. I was born and raised in this city. I was born to alcoholic parents. I endured a lot of abuse, sexual, physical, emotional. I grew up in foster homes. I grew up in DYS. I grew up in jails, prisons, institutions all my life. They say when you live, you learn. When you learn, you practice. When you practice, you become. And in the end, there are consequences. You know, I grew up amongst drug addicts and criminals. In the end, that's what I became. I became very good at it. I became a manipulator. I became a liar. I became a thief. It's not who I am. It's what I became. Today, you know, I struggle a lot with shame. You know, because of all the abuse I endured as a child growing up. You know, it's like ambivalence. You know, I hate my family for who they are and how they are, but I love them. You know, you can't pick your family. You pick your friends. Today, I realize I don't have too many friends. You know what I mean? I walk alone by choice. You know what I mean? I no longer make the choices like I did before. You know, the last time I went to jail was back in I think like 03 or something, and I realized that I created a pattern. And the last time I went to jail, everybody used to make fun of me. Oh, you'll be back, you'll be back. I said, I'm coming back. You know what I mean? I used to go to the kitchen, get a job in the kitchen. I used to work out in the gym, and I used to hang with the fellas and come right back in, go back out, and it was just a vicious cycle. And then like I said, the last time I went in, I did 3 years for spitting at a cop. You know what I mean? And I sat there and I said, wow, look what you did to yourself. You know what I mean? And it was about getting honest. November 6th, it'll be 17 years. You know, I got out. I banged around for a little while, you know, and then I turned around. I moved to Florida. That's where I live now. I got a job. But I still use, you know, I was able to function, you know, and I used to think that I didn't have a problem. I said, you know, the way I rationalized things and justify it was, you know, after a hard day's work, you went and you had a couple of beers. I said, my drug of choice was a couple bags of heroin. You know what I mean? Why do you frown on me? You know, it was just ways of other people, you know, just to justify the use. And but I guess over the time, I realized that I was being selfish. You know what I mean? That inadvertently, you know, I hurt my children. You know, one of the hardest things for me to do was to sit down with my kids and apologize to them for not being a dad. You know what I mean? I was always there sporadically. You know what I mean? But I wasn't the dad I was supposed to be. You know, and you know, it was just about being honest with them and you know, getting in touch with your emotions. And it was a hard thing to do, you know. I haven't smoked cigarettes in 8 years. I haven't drank alcohol in 6 years. You know, I've been clean from heroin now going on 13, 14 months. You know what I mean? I've always worked, you know, I bought a house, I bought a car, you know what I mean? I got good credit. But, you know what I mean, I still got the problem, you know what I mean? And it's a battle every day, you know. I walk alone, but it's a choice that I make because I just can't allow other people, you know, to drag me down to their level. I won't, you know what I mean? I try to surround myself with positive people that are going to elevate me to a different level, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about, you know what I mean? The people, the friendships, you know. I see people all the time struggling. Yes, that's your choice, brother, you know what I mean? You know, it's tough. I mean, it's not so much just putting the drugs down. It's recovery to me is more about all the behaviors you picked up along the way. You know, the lying, the cheating, the manipulating, you know. It's a lot, you know what I mean? But it's a process. It takes time, you know what I mean? I can't change my past. You know what I mean? People always judge me by it. They'll always bring it up. And I know, hey, good for you. God bless you. I just keep it moving forward, you know what I mean? I can't let them beat me down with it. I mean, it's something that I created, you know what I mean? I'm okay with it, you know what I mean? But I'm just learning. Today, when I have problems, you know, I no longer go to somebody that's using and getting high. I mean, what are they going to do for me? You know what I mean? You know, convince me that a couple of beers is going to take it away. You know what I mean? Or a couple bags or whatever it is. I mean, temporarily, you know what I mean? And then I'll wake up, my money's gone, the problem's still there. Today I go to my buddy, you know, he's an older guy, and to me he's like a sponsor to me, you know. And I go to him, I talk to him, I go to my elders, you know. 99% of the time, you know, they've been there, you know what I mean? And they're going to guide me down that path that I need to go. Sometimes they tell me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear, you know. And I realize today it's okay to cry, you know what I mean? And that's just who I am, you know what I mean? I'm honest, you know, if I got something to say, I've always been brutally honest. I say it all the time. If I got something to say, I just say it. Sometimes I don't say it the way I should with love, you know. Sometimes I let my emotions get the best of me. There was a guy last time I went to prison, he turned around and he told me, he says, you know, if you leave here with anything, I want you to leave here just knowing that, you know, I over E, you know, intellect over emotions. He says, if you let your emotions override your intellect, you will always lose. You know, and it always stuck with me, you know what I mean? Because in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking, you know what I mean? You're just running on pure emotions, and then when you calm down, you're like, damn. I used to find myself standing in front of the judge, like, fuck, man, not again, you know what I mean? And the last time I went to court, I was with the court officer, you know, it was like over the past 20 years, you know, it was like, I basically watched him retire. We created a bond. And he was talking to me, and he's like, the DA was there talking about me, about my criminal past, and you know, it was like a career criminal, and I was like, wow, he's gonna be a good lawyer, man. You know, he got a nice mouthpiece. It's just unfortunate he was using me as an example. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, off I went. You know, and I struggled. You know what I mean? There's a lot. I could sit here, you know, and tell you a lot of things. You know, like I said, you know, just abused, abandoned, molested. My little brother got killed in front of high school. My other brother killed somebody, went to jail for murder for 18 years. It's been a lot, you know, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, you know. And now it's just time to heal, you know. And that's where I'm at, you know what I mean? It ain't easy, like I say. But you guys, I'm sure you guys can relate to a lot of things too, you know what I mean? I don't know. They say, you know, the program, you know, stick with the winners, you know, all the principles, you know, I get it, you know, they all come from the Bible. You know, I'm a God-fearing man, you know, I believe in God, I'm very spiritual, you know. I usually don't go to NA meetings and you know what I mean? I go to work. I think what it is, if you have no structure in your day, you know, you're doomed. You know what I mean? If you don't have a job, you don't have positive people in your life, you know, you'll get bored. You'll go right back to what you know best. I mean, to getting high. You know what I mean? And it's just a vicious cycle. You know, you see a lot of brothers. You know, I hear a lot of brothers. You know, I was talking to Flacco. I've known him for good 20-something years, and I sat in the office reminiscing with him. You know, about ain't too many of us left, you know, all the old fellas, you know. I've been to a lot of funerals, you know what I mean? And it's just sad, but I guess it's like the war on drugs, you know, those are the casualties, you know, not everybody makes it. Everybody turns around, you know, get clean for a little bit, go back out thinking they got another run. The next thing you know, your body just can't take it. You're dropping, you're dying, you're ODing, you know what I mean? I wish you all well. I wish you, you know, the best, you know. That's my story.
All right,
Real quick, to close. A lot of you guys are here because you said the OCC, right? You guys ain't here because you volunteered to come, right? So, you know, the hardest thing for me since I've been home, when I got out, the hardest thing was change. Change is difficult. To work for that, to pay my bills. It was easy when I was selling drugs. Everything, I had money, I can do things. When you work hard for your money, it's so much different. You know, you have to learn to figure out what you can and what you can't do and what's more important, you know. Change. You gotta change. In order for you to survive, you gotta surround yourself around positive people. People who want better for themselves. Like me, I hang around people who no longer do drugs. I hang around people who aren't on the streets. I hang around recovering addicts. You know, I hang around people who never did drugs, who don't even know what drugs look like if you put it on the table for them. You know, today I have a job. I work 60, 70 hours a week. I never did that. I've been home 3 years now, 2.5. I've collected taxes 3 times. Who thought I would ever collect tax? You know what I mean? It looks good too. It's 3,000 something this year. You know, but you know, all jokes aside, you know, those are that's the plus to living life on life terms. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I still deal with it today. No one said I was gonna change overnight. Still 2.5 years, close to 3. I'm still struggling. You know what I mean? Sometimes I want to go on vacation. How I figure that out? Every week I put $150 away. It's gonna add up by the time the day comes. You know what I mean? Those are the things I have to do today. You know, if you want better, you can. If you want better, you can do better. You know what it is that it takes to do better. You know, you start hanging around Joe Smo, who's like this, chilling, who's high on weed or whatever it is they're doing, and you know what they're doing. You know what you're gonna do if you hang around them. 9 out of 10 times, if you hang around a barbershop, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get a haircut. That's why I stay away from certain people. You know, after work, I get out of work at 6 o'clock. I'm tired. Yeah, I drive around. Oh, you don't do much. All you do is drive around. I am tired. Sit around in the car all day for 12 hours, 10 hours. You're gonna get tired. And after that, I go to the gym. And then I gotta go home, and it's almost 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? And then how do I spend time with the wife? With the kids. You know what I mean? It's like I have to create balance in my life. You know what I mean? So if you want it, you can get it. You don't have to keep dealing with OCC. That's my probation officer right there. Sorry to put him out there. But you know, I ain't seen him in 4 months. You know why? Because I do what I gotta do. You know, as long as I do what I'm supposed to do, work, stay out of trouble, you know what I mean? When called, when I got a report, do my thing, I don't have to deal with them. You know, if you're on probation, parole, you know what you gotta do to keep them off your back. You know, they start harassing you, you know why they're harassing you, because you ain't doing what you're supposed to. You know, everybody wants to put the blame and the finger on everybody else for what they've done or what it is they're being bothered about. Do what you gotta do, get them out the way. When you finish, work on not coming back to prison, and you won't have to deal with them. That's what I do. You know.
He was an athlete. He was one of the superstar athletes in high school. He graduated and everything, and now he, you know, has to live with his parents, and he's in a wheelchair sometimes, and sometimes he tries to walk. And so I think that'll be interesting for people to see that after an overdose, the ones that survive, they're not just going to walk away, you know, and hope for, you know, that they don't happen, that it doesn't happen again, that other extremes can happen. Also, if you have children or any family members that are young, I would suggest that you invite them as well so they can see these guest speakers. And Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation created a documentary. It's called If Only. So we're going to be showing that. It's about 40 minutes long. And his brother might be there. He's the one that produced this documentary.
Donnie?
Jim. Jim Wahlberg. What else?
What's it called?
If Only.
If only.
Mhm. It's about kids that throw a bunch of pills, you know, the pill party, throw a bunch of pills in a bowl, and they start, picking out whatever they want to get high on, and then they start getting addicted. You know, they go out to have fun, and then, that's what ends up happening. So, what else? And then there's a lot of resource tables that will be there with information on detox centers, programs, and other resources that are within the community. And what else? A lot of raffles. I'm still waiting for confirmation on a PS4 for those of you that like to play games. We're gonna have one of those.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Spoke last night.
That's it.
Spoke to the gentleman when I was here last night. I was giving some bags for the homeless, and I had explained to him and expressed that everyone is, can come.
That's great. Great. Thank you so much. And just so everyone, you're a pretty big wig, so it's nice that you came. We could go around the room and do a check-in if everyone wants to do that. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
All right, so we're all gonna go around the room. We're gonna introduce ourselves, say who we are, doing, how you feeling, what's the plan?
Dios le bendiga primeramente, mi nombre es José Nieves. Gracias a la misericordia de Dios me encuentro aquí hablando, dando una entrevista para decirle que sí se puede cambiar. Yo me encontraba mucho un número de años bajo la adicción en el cual muchas personas acudieron a mi vida a ayudarme, pero yo no entendía. Pero gracias a un sinnúmero de personas que siguieron orando y mi hermano Duran y un sinnúmero de personas me ayudaron a encontrar la claridad, la verdad, lo que es la adicción. Muchas de las personas saben que sí se puede cambiar, pero no se someten a la obediencia de lo que tenemos que hacer para poder cambiar. Yo me encuentro aquí, gracias a la misericordia de Dios, trabajando en New Beginning Recovery Center, en el cual yo empecé aquí voluntario. Aquí me dieron las manos para yo seguir hacia adelante. Me enseñaron a ser un líder, me enseñaron a ser obediente, me enseñaron qué es la recuperación. Pero yo tuve que dejarme llevar. Como según también voy con los hermanos bajo el puente, como el hermano Duran, como el hermano Frankie, como el hermano Brito, sin número de personas, vamos a dar por gracia lo que por gracia hemos recibido. Pero siempre pensando que tenemos que bregar con nuestra recuperación. Yo trabajo aquí en New Beginning Recovery Center. Cualquier persona que necesite cualquier tipo de ayuda, de ir a un detox o cualquier tipo de ayuda, aquí damos estos servicios. Aquí damos un meeting por la mañana, le enseñamos a cómo ser un buen líder, le enseñamos a bregar con la computadora, hacemos unos resúmenes de ellos, le damos la oportunidad que contesten el teléfono, cocinamos y mucho más le damos amor sincero, ¿entiendes? Y le damos la oportunidad que lo demuestre que sí se puede cambiar. Porque ¿cómo nosotros vamos a poder cambiar si nadie nos da la oportunidad para enseñarle que nosotros podemos cambiar? Yo quiero también darle las gracias primeramente a mi directora, que se encuentra Jennifer, en el cual me ha ayudado mucho, a Mar y a todos los que componen aquí, a todos los miembros, y especialmente a mi hermano Duran, el cual está haciendo una labor increíble, una labor sobrenatural, sacando de su tiempo, que no tiene mucho tiempo, para dar por gracia lo que por gracia ha recibido. Porque nosotros vivimos un tiempo bajo el cauterio de la adicción, de cualquier tipo de problema, pero gracias a la misericordia de Dios cambiamos por una cosa positiva, para cambiar y hacer la diferencia, lo que hicimos antes en Lone, que dañamos parte de Lone, para no estamos para arreglarlo. Muchas gracias, me despido, Dios le bendiga, amén.
Hi, my name is Douglas Washington. I'm a recovering addict. I smoke crack, drank, and sniffed dope. I've been in recovery for 17 years, 5 months, and 22 days. I've been working at the New Beginnings Peer Recovery Center since April 20th, 2015. I heard about this job through the director and was fortunate enough to be hired. One of the things that I love about this place is I'm able to give back what was given to me. Someone was able to tell me that I didn't have to do what I used to do. You know, prior to getting into recovery, I thought what I did I had to do. Today I've learned that I don't have to do what I think. there's some people around that are willing to help me, and my job is to help those. You know, my job isn't working here at the New Beginning Peer Recovery Center. My job is to help others. You know, that's my belief system today.
My name is Jackie Ingersoll, and I am a Community Engagement Specialist here at New Beginnings Peer Recovery Center in Lawrence. I am also a woman in long-term recovery, and I have 5.5 years sober. I was a heroin addict, and I work here at the Recovery Center, and I love it. And my goal is to, here working at the Recovery Center, is to hopefully every day give the members hope that recovery is possible no matter what.